Welcome to the Life Structures Project. Today we're previewing Module 4, How to Act Under Pressure. Understanding pressure mechanics and how to act in spite of them will ensure you don't break down during stressful events, and instead, do what needs to be done. Let's begin by breaking down the 6 building blocks of pressure. First comes the freeze response, the inability to take action. When you're exposed to the event, person, or a situation causing pressure, and you act despite that response, each action you take will be met with intense fear and resistance. Here is a structure for working through the freeze response. First, recall how pressure affects you when you're in an exposed position. Anticipating this reaction makes it easier to act despite it. Second, shift your attention to your physical movements. For example, simply focus on your hands and legs as they move. Moving on. Severe face and abdominal muscular tensions. These occur mainly around your eyes and mouth, accompanied by your focus being drawn toward them. Here is a structure for working through severe face muscular tensions. First, break the face muscle tensions aggressively. Then redirect your focus away from your face and toward the environment. Now, let's talk about how your thoughts get pulled toward whatever's causing the pressure. This occurs in 2 ways. First, a low-intensity, constant pull that just sits in the back of your mind. Second, a high-intensity, short-lived pull, when a sudden thought about the event, person, or situation surfaces unexpectedly, bringing a flash of fear. Here is a structure for working through low-intensity and high-intensity thought pulls. For the constant, low-intensity pull, try to correctly predict the direction your thoughts will generally move under pressure, since that relieves much of the pull. For short-lived, intense pulls, first, try to anticipate when these intense pulls are likely to occur. Then shift your focus away from them and toward your physical movements and the environment. Next, issues with voice and speech. When you're exposed to the event, person, or situation creating pressure, your speech often stumbles, you end up speaking out of breath, and your voice becomes quiet and awkward, especially towards sentence endings. At the same time, your attention is drawn toward that response. Here is a structure for working through issues with voice and speech. First, increase your speaking volume at points in a sentence where your voice trembles or feels awkward. Second, avoid speaking while out of breath. Advancing to being uncomfortable. This includes difficulty breathing through your nose and choking, often paired with heightened sensitivity to noise and the environment, especially other people's movements. Here is a structure for working through being uncomfortable. First, clear your nose and throat. Second, keep in mind that heightened sensitivity to noise and movement will occur simultaneously. With time, you'll get better at knowing when it's coming. Finally, involuntary reactions in response to the event, person, or thing causing pressure. These usually take the form of involuntary blinking, head movements, or twitching. Here is a structure for working through involuntary reactions. Just remain aware that when you're under pressure, you may experience involuntary blinking, head movements, and twitching. Now that we've covered the 6 building blocks, let's illustrate them with 2 examples. Let's consider the example of a thief preparing to steal merchandise from a grocery store. Upon entering, the thief's thoughts are constantly drawn toward those who might catch him, cashiers, security personnel, and other customers. The thief first grabs a basket and locates a part of the store not covered by cameras and rarely visited by shoppers. Then, he selects the items he intends to steal and heads to the safe spot he identified. Placing his backpack on the ground, he opens it, preparing to stash the goods. As he begins checking whether it's safe to proceed, each time he lifts his head, he's struck by a snippet of a thought about those who could catch him, accompanied by intense abrupt fear. Let's say that the next time the thief lifts his head, he notices movement behind the shelf, a cashier. At the same moment, he sees that some goods have fallen out of his backpack. With the cashier now nearby, the thief is likely to feel resistance toward exposing himself, moving, and taking action. He quickly begins putting the remaining goods into his backpack while keeping watch for the cashier. At this point, every movement he makes is marked by intense fear and resistance. Along with this, the thief is likely to experience strong tension in his facial and abdominal muscles. and most likely some involuntary twitching. His sensitivity to movement and noise increases as he exits the grocery store. Each sudden motion or sound behind the thief is again accompanied by a snippet of a thought about those who could catch him, accompanied by a sudden surge of fear. Next, let's look at the second example, a thief speaking to a judge. As he waits, the thief's thoughts are constantly drawn toward the conversation he's about to have with the judge. Occasionally, he's surprised by a sudden snippet of thought about speaking to the judge, accompanied by a sharp surge of fear. At that time, he's also experiencing severe face muscle tensions. When he finally speaks, his speech stumbles at moments, and his voice becomes quiet because he runs out of breath. At the same time, his focus is drawn to that response. After noticing this, he takes a deep breath through his mouth and raises his volume just enough to keep his voice from trembling. That concludes our preview of Module 4, How to Act Under Pressure. This module is part of Life Structures, a personal development course designed to help you succeed in every domain of life. The project is currently being funded on Kickstarter, so be sure to support it and help bring this vision to reality. Thanks for watching.